Okay, so I kind of got finished with 2.1 and then my daughter went crazy. So we are going to move on to 2.3. If I wasn't clear on 2.1, then let me know and I'll try to make myself clear. But yeah, move on to 2.3. Today it says Jane and her friends are going on a hiking trip. She wants to make snack packs and not the Jello type. She has 24 apples and 36 small bags of trail mix. Each snack pack must have the same number of bags and trail mix. That should be like the same number of bags and apples. I'm sorry, that was not clear in that. So that was my mistake on that. So you have 24 and 36, and I want to figure out how many. Here, you want to play with this? Okay, let's play with this on the floor. Okay? Okay, so go to the floor. Please do not break. There you go. Enjoy. Have fun. This bowl, though, that's mine. No, I don't want you to break this. Okay? I can get you a different bowl. Just a second. Sorry. Here you go. Here's one that doesn't break. Yeah. Have fun. Okay. Back. This is real life, guys. Trying to get some work done with a 2-year-old. Anyway, so I want to have the same number of apples in each bag. Like, obviously, I can't have, like, 1 apple and 1 bag of trail mix because I would have leftovers. So I want, like, the same number of apples in each bag, and I want the same number of trail mix in each, like, snack pack. And so we have 24 and 36. The first way that I taught you guys how to do this is to write out all of the factors of 24 and 36. So for 24, I can write that, my factors of that are 1, 2, 3, okay, so 1 and 24, 2 and 12, 3 and 8, 4 and 6. Factors meaning things that I can multiply together to get 24. So I can multiply 1 and 24 to get 24, 2 and 12, 3 and 8, 4 and 6. Okay, for 36, I have 1 and 36. I have 2 and 18, 3 and 12, 4 and 9, and then 6 and 6. Those are the things that I can multiply together. So what you're looking for is common factors. So what I mean by that is, if I were to make snack packs, I could make one huge snack pack of 24 apples and 36 bags of trail mix. Or I could divide it into 2 groups. If I divided it into 2 bags, like 2 separate packets of snacks, I would have 12 apples in one and 12 apples in the other, 18 trail mix and 18 trail mix. That's how they would be split up. The other ones that I also have 3 in common. I could have 3 different sets, and I could have 8 apples, 8 apples, 8 apples, and 12, 12, 12 of the trail mix. The next one that they had in common is 4. So I could have 4 separate boxes of snacks. So if I divide 24 by 4, I'd have 6 apples, 6 apples, 6 apples, 6 apples. For 36, I would have 9, 9, 9, and 9. Then I look again, what's the next number that they have in common? I could also make 6 packs of this snack pack. So if I divide by 6, I would have 4 apples, 4 apples, 4 apples, 4 apples, 4 apples, 4 apples, and then 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6 for the trail mix. I look up here, do I have any other numbers in common? I have one more in common that I could divide these up into, and that is 12. I could also make 12 packs of snack packs, oh my gosh, snack packs. So if I divide by 12, then I would have 2 apples in each pack, and I would have 3 bags of trail mix in each pack. So when in letter A, it says, what are the possible number of snack packs she can make so that the treats are shared equally? You would say you could have 1 snack pack, you could have 2, 3, 4, 6, or 12. And when it says describe each possibility, you would say, okay, I could have 1 pack of 24 apples. I'm just going to put 24A and 36T for trail mix. You could say I could have 2 packs of 12 apples and 18 trail mix. I could have 3 packs of 8 apples and 12. And what am I doing each time? For 3, how did I get 8 and how did I get 12? What is going on between 24 and 3 for me to get 8? And what's going on between 36 and 3 for me to get 12? You're just dividing them. Okay, so that for letter A, you're just listing all of the factors and you're trying to see which factors they have in common so that you know how many packs you can divide it into. And once again, you can divide it into 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, or 12 packs. And then you divide this top number by whatever you have there. So for 12 packs, I take 36 divided by 12, and I would have 3 trail mix in each pack. 24 divided by 12, I'd have 2 apples in each pack. So you might still be confused. Let's move on to the next one and see how that goes. Oh, it says, what's the greatest number of packs you can make? The greatest number is 12. And what they're trying to get you to do in this is try to figure out what is the greatest common factor. That's what all of this is leading to, is finding the GCF, which we know how to do from a different way. This is just one of the ways that you can do it, is by listing out all of the factors. So what's the greatest number? She can make 12. That's the greatest number of packs that she can make. And if it asks you what's going to be in each one, well, 12 packs of 3 trail mix and 2 apples. The next question says, suppose Jane's pet canary ruins 6 bags of trail mix. Jane still wants to share apples and the remaining bags of trail mix equally. What's the greatest number of snack packs Jane can make? So her canary destroyed 6 trail mixes. These are our trail mixes. If she destroys 6 of them, how many do we have now? Well, 36 minus 6 gives me 30. Oh boy. So now I'm going to, can I divide it into 12 packs anymore? The answer is no, because I can't divide 30 by 12. So I need to find what is the greatest common factor between these two to see what's the greatest number of snack packs I can make. So once again, you can do this by taking, well, 24. I have 1 and 24, 2 and 12, 3 and 8, 4 and 6. And then for 30, you have 1 and 30, 2 and 15, 3 and 10, 5 and 6. If I missed any, I'm sorry. Whatever. And then you can circle the common factors again. I could make one big group, but that's not the most amount of trail mixes that I can make, or not trail mixes, snack packs that I can make. I can make more than one big snack pack. That's why I'm dividing them up. I can make 2, I can make 3, I can make 6. Out of those, what is the greatest number of snack packs that I can make? The greatest amount is 6, because that is my greatest common factor. So I could make 6 snack packs of, these are my apples, these are my trail mix. If I divide 24 by 6, in each pack, I would have 4 apples, and I would have 30 divided by 6, and 5 bags of trail mix in each snack pack. Okay, so how does this fit into what I taught you in the GCF video? Well, when you're trying to find like the greatest number of packs, you're finding the greatest common factor, like I said. So the other way, besides writing all these out, because sometimes you're going to have really big numbers. In 6th grade, you only have to go up to 100, but next year in 7th grade, they're going to be asking you to do things up to like the thousands. And so that's why I'm teaching you this other way. So the other way to do this, if they say, okay, Jane wants to know what's the greatest amount of packs that she can make, you take 24 and 30. Okay, what goes into both of these? And some of you already know, you're like, hey, 6 goes into both of those. But some of you have been sleeping and you're like, I don't know. But so you look at both of these and you see they're even. So I know that 2 goes into both of them. Divided by 2, you get 12 and 15. Can anything else go into 12 and 15 evenly? Well, both of these have a common factor of 3. So I divide it by 3, and I get 4 and 5. Do 4 and 5 have any numbers in common? Or any factors in common besides 1? If the answer is no, then you are finished factoring things out. We take these 2 numbers on the side, and when we're dealing with greatest common factor and least common multiple, what operations are we always using? We are always using multiplication and division. Hey Esther, can you please stop that? Thank you. Okay, so with these 2 on the side, I'm going to multiply them together and we get 6. 2 times 3 is 6. For greatest common factor, you're always going to multiply together what you are factoring out. So I'm going to do one that isn't up here, just as a review. Yeah, because sometimes it's helpful to have one that you don't have. So let's go ahead. If you're at home and you want to practice this, I want you to write down, let's say 54 and 28. Let's change that. And 32. 56 and 32. Now some of you might be like, hey, Mrs. Reiter, I already know this one. 8 goes into both of those. Good job. 8 does go into both of those. But let's say you don't know that. 56 and 32 are both what types of numbers? They are both even. So I'm going to divide both of these by 2. So when I take 56 and divide it by 2, I'm going to get 28. When you take 32 and divide it by 2, you get 16. If my mental math is okay at 9:40 in the morning, which it should because I'd be teaching at this time anyway. You are such a goober. You are so silly. Yeah. Okay, now 28 and 16. Both, you might be saying, hey, Mrs. Hey, I need that. I need that. You goober. Oh, jeez. Okay, so 28 and 16, both of these can be divided by 4. I know that, but you might have forgotten your 4s times tables because for some of you 4s are hard. I once again know that both of these are even. So, divided by 2, you get 14, and 16 divided by 2 is 8. Both of these are also divisible by 2 because they are both even. So I get 7 and I get 4. 7 and 4, do they have any factors in common besides 1? The answer is no, because they are both relatively what? They're both relatively prime. So now I'm done. I have 2, 2, and 2. Do I add those together? Greatest common factor and least common multiple. Is adding in there anywhere? The answer is no. So what do I do with these 3 numbers? Do I add them? No. I'm going to be multiplying them together. So I take 2 times 2 times 2. What's 2 times 2? You know the answer. The 2 times 2 is 4. And so then I take 4 times 2, and 4 times 2 gives you 8. So your greatest common factor between those 2 is 8. Once again, you could have written this out as 56, and you could have done 1 and 56, 2 and 28, 4 and 14, 7 and 8. There might be other ones, but I can't remember all of them. So you're going to have those guys, and you could have taken 32 and done the same thing and seen that 8 was the largest common factor. Okay, I'm going to go over this really quickly, see if there are any other ones. Oh, okay, for letter B, there are 3 things now. We have, I don't know if they suppose, okay, so we're back to the original numbers. We have 24 apples. I'm just going to put 24A, 36 trail mixes, and now we have 18 cans of juice. Okay, we're going to find the greatest common factor between all 3 of these. So 24 36, 18. What divides evenly into all three of them? They're all even, so I know I can divide all of them by 2. So we get 12, 18, and 9. Not all of these are even anymore, so can I divide by 2? No, so now I'm going to see 3. Can I divide these by 3? Well, 12 is divisible by 3, 18 is divisible by 3, and 9 is divisible by 3. So I divide it by 3, I get 4, 6, and 3. Look at these last 3 numbers, 4, 6, and 3. Do any of these, or do all 3 of these have a common factor? 4 and 6 do, and 6 and 3 do, but all 3 of them don't have one that's in common except for 1. So altogether, they're relatively prime. So I'm finished factoring out the information. So my greatest common factor, I'm going to look over on my left-hand side, and I have 2 and 3. So to find my answer, I'm going to take 2 times 3, and I get 6. Just to check, does 6 go into 24? Yes. Does 6 go into 36? Yep, 6 times 6. And 6 go into 18? Yes, 6 times 3. Once again, you could have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, and 24 for 24. 36, you could have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9, 12, 18, 36. And for 18, you could have done 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, and 18. And you would have seen that 6 is the biggest number between all 3 of them. You can't see that bottom part. So that is the greatest amount that she could have. What's the greatest number of snack packs? The answer is 6. Okay, for letter C, you didn't have to do that one. I'm sorry that was left there. So that's all that I have. I know this was a really long lesson. I'm sorry, or going over the answers for a long time. Skip over what you don't need to know. Once again, if I wasn't very clear, I apologize. I'm trying to juggle being your teacher and give you what you need, and also manage my toddler who is running around like crazy. So I miss you guys. I am so sad that I don't get to see you in person again, at least for now. I am hoping that at some point we'll get to like all meet up. But until then, please continue to reach out to me if you have questions, and I will try to make more videos about going over the answers. On Monday, you're going to be getting new content, and I think that it's going to be pretty fun, so I'll definitely be making a couple of videos about math for Monday. So I will see you guys then. Goodbye.